Welcome to Cardinal Community TV. This broadcast is made possible by the District Video Club, which is directed by Mr. Paul Ferguson and advisors Mrs. Stephanie Blythe and Mr. Brad Barhorst. The DVC also consists of students from Brookside Middle and High School in grades 7 through 12. We live stream after-school events for grades K through 12, such as sports, concerts, plays, award ceremonies, and more. Please subscribe to our YouTube page, Cardinal Community TV, to never miss a production. Thanks and enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, I'm Noah Adkins, a senior here at Brookside High School, and in this short video, I'm going to tell you how you can find our Cardinal Community streams on our school website. First, you'll need to search SheffieldSchools.org, then look over at the red bar at the top of your screen. If you look in the middle, there should be an option called Cardinal Community TV. Click on that and scroll down. You can see features like upcoming events and an introduction to get to know more about our DVC. Scroll down to the bottom of the page to see some of our past live streams, and if you'd like to see all of them, click the blue Here button below our socials to get access to all of our past streams. Thank you for listening, and make sure to keep watching to find out other ways to find us, such as YouTube and Roku TV. Have a nice day.
Hi, I'm Alex Hicks, a student at District Video Club. In this video, I'm going to show you how to watch live and past Brookside School events on YouTube. First, go to YouTube, and once you're on their homepage, go to the search bar. Type in Cardinal Community TV and click on the Cardinal. Once you have clicked on the Cardinal, you will see an option that says Live. Click on Live and you will see all of our videos. There you can also find our latest, our oldest, or most popular videos. You can also look on playlists and choose a specific group of recordings. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you in finding our events. Guys, my name is Alex and I'm a sophomore here at Brookside High School.
And I'm Trevor and I'm also a sophomore here at Brookside High School.
We both are part of the District Video Club, and if you're tired of watching our live streams on your phone and computer and want to watch our live streams on a bigger screen, you now can watch our live streams on Roku TV, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. We will show you how to find us on the Roku TV, but the other two are very similar.
First, you'll need to find the channels icon on your home screen and open it. There will be a search channel icon and click on it. In the search bar, you will type in Boxcast. There will be a green and white icon. Click on it, and to the right, it will say Add Channel. Click on that, and then it will say Channel Added.
After that, click on the Go-To channel and the app will open, and then you'll see a magnifying glass that says Search. Search for an organization, and then you will type Sheffield and see our Cardinal logo, which you will click on. And after you click on that, all BMS and BHS streams will be available.
We hope you found this video helpful, and stay tuned for more ways to find our stream. Thanks for watching.
Hey Cardinals, thank you for watching the live event. I just want to hop on here and tell you guys about a shortened version of our show here at the high school called The Flyby. The Flyby is a 90-second short recap of our show talking about announcements, things going on in the school, and even special segments. You can find this all over social media on TikTok, Instagram, X, and we hope you guys check it out. Now let's go back to the main event.
Good evening. My name is Emily Adkins, and I am the principal of Brookside High School. It is my honor to welcome all of you to the induction ceremony of the Brookside chapter of the National Honor Society. I am sure you feel the same excitement I feel to be around such a distinguished group of students. They are the best and brightest Brookside High School has to offer. This ceremony tonight is special to me because I have known many of these students since they were in the 3rd and 4th grade, and I'm so proud of all of their accomplishments. Students inducted into the National Honor Society excel in the 4 pillars of scholarship, service, night to recognize our inductees. Inductees, please do not forget to take a moment tonight to thank those in your life who have supported you on your way to achieve this special recognition. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Julie Keller. I'm the advisor of National Honor Society. And tonight we're here to induct a new class of students into the National Honor Society. Tonight we will be recognizing students that exemplify the pillars of National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. There are currently 18 members of National Honor Society. Current members, please stand when I call your name. Noah Atkins. Noah will be attending The Ohio State University next year. Nicholas Era. Nick will be attending Cleveland State University. Leanne Clark. Leanne will be attending The Ohio State University. Joseph DeLuca. Joe will be attending Akron University. Julia Evanish. Julia will be going to Grand Canyon University. Grace Hicks. Grace will be attending Cleveland State University. Elena Hollinsworth. Elena will be attending Lorraine Community College. Jack Holman. Jack will be going to Akron University. Arushi Fukin. Arushi will be going to Case Western University. Liam Scott. Next year, Liam is attending Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. Ananda Wright. Ananda will be going to The Ohio State University. Next are our juniors. Sarah Fana. Caitlin Burns. Brianna Dennison. Megan Grayshaw. Jacob McIver. Elliot Ryan, and Lauren Thatch. These members continue to give back to our community through volunteering and donation drives. One of the annual projects our members organize is the district-wide collection of coats and hats. All of these items are then distributed to our community members as part of a Cardinal Closet event that happens in December. In addition, our group supports women and children affected by domestic violence. Every year we collect donations for the Genesis House, which is a domestic violence shelter for women and children. Throughout the year, our members plays an active role in our school and community through sports, clubs, and individual volunteer work. And all of this they do while maintaining excellent grades and often working a job. We are so proud of all of your accomplishments. Please give them a round of applause. President Arushi Fukin will now explain the purpose of National Honor Society.
National Honor Society ranks as one of the oldest and most prestigious national organizations for high schools, and since 1921, millions of students have been selected for membership. The purpose of this organization is to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop character. The National Honor Society is a concrete way to promote high school academic standards, a means of ensuring the continuation of democracy, and an instrument to the betterment of the individual and the school. The National Honor Society has many symbols that signify the 4 cardinal principles of the society. The society has 2 colors, blue and gold. The flower is the yellow rose. The society's motto is Noblesse oblige, which translated from French means nobility obligates. The phrase signifies that those of high rank have an obligation to be honorable, generous, and responsible. The National Honor Society emblem indicates all that the society stands for. It consists of a keystone and a torch. The keystone contains the letters C, S, L, and S, which stand for character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The torch symbolizes the light of truth, a light that leads the way for others, the burning ambition for values of life and service. Vice President Ananda Wright will now discuss the lighting of the candles.
Membership in the National Honor Society is one of the highest honors that can be awarded to a high school student. The National Honor Society works hard to bring the accomplishments of these outstanding students to the attention of their parents, teachers, peers, and community. Chapters across the nation strive to give practical meaning to the Society's goal of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. The membership of the Cardinal Chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by the effective demonstrations of the 4 qualities held in high esteem by the Society. 4 members will now light a candle and review these qualities. Grace Hicks will now explain leadership.
Leadership should exert a whole influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to obtain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter how much power or resources are available to a group, it may be ineffective without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a substantive charge to lead each of our members and to the candidates. Jack Holman will now explain scholarship.
Leadership. Leadership should exert a whole influence on a school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is to sacrifice the willingness to yield one's personal interests for interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter how much power or resources are available to a group, it may be ineffective without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead substantive charge to each other's members and candidates. Scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment of learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education only ends with death. Knowledge is one of the great elements in life that leads to the highest success, and it can be a lamp which we read the past and a light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through opportunities and inherit in scholarship. Secretary Leanne Clark will now explain character.
Character. Character is a force within each individual that distinguishes that person from others. With it, no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character which guides one through life and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved, not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is that problem of self-control. We must be, in reality, what we wish to appear to be to others, by demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity. We must hope to prove by example that we value good character. Treasurer Joe DeLuca will now explain service.
Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of a day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or without recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to creation of a better tomorrow. Ms. Keller will now explain the selection process.
It goes without saying that all applicants to National Honor Society strive to achieve academic excellence. To become eligible, students must maintain a cumulative GPA of 3.5. In addition, candidates must demonstrate the other three pillars of leadership, service, and character. The selection process begins with the application, and then the faculty council meets to discuss the accomplishments of each student. The students selected this year were very involved in a variety of activities at Brookside and found time to volunteer for organizations like the Second Harvest Food Pantry and projects through the Interact Club. Others found volunteer opportunities such as helping their neighbors or involvement in their churches. As I call their names, I will list some of their activities that they participate in. 2025 inductees. Please come forward, receive your certificate, light your candle, and remain standing at your seat. Trinity Arend. JV volleyball, varsity softball, vice president of HOSA, and class secretary. Jordan Baylog. Marching band, section leader, varsity indoor and outdoor soccer, and jazz band. Alicia Barahona. Football and basketball cheerleading, volleyball, track, and Interact. Ethan Blythe. Basketball, baseball, football, and band. Gavin Blythe. Band, DVC, Interact, and video production expert. Jeffrey Boone. Marching, concert, and jazz bands, robotics, and interact. Braden Bowen. Wrestling, HOSA, Interact, Student Council, and Class Representative. Amir Fram. Volleyball, football and basketball cheerleading, Class Representative, Interact, and yearbook. Lauren Gibson. Volleyball, club volleyball, HOSA, and softball. Jackson Jotto. Football, wrestling, band, and class representative. Olivia Maltrich. Classical Studio, Cards Council, Spanish Honor Society, Girl Scout leader. Christian Ortiz. Bowling, Boy Scouts, esports, and robotics. Brian Price. Football, basketball, Spanish Honor Society, and HOSA. Dominic Rodriguez. Track, football, and Spanish Honor Society. Haley Rollins. Basketball, Spanish Honor Society, and Interact. Caden Schwartz. Excuse me, sorry. Lily Shrimp's up next. Sorry, Lily. Lily Shrimp. Interact, HOSA, volleyball, softball, basketball, and cheer. Caden Schwartz. Soccer, Student Council, Interact, and Cards Council. Isabella Weiss. Volleyball, cheerleading, class representative, and interact. Arushi will now lead the Pledge of Membership.
All members, please repeat after me. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to hold as fundamental and worthy a positive character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously, to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. In doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society.
Please give a round of applause for our new National Honor Society members. And if your candles are still lit, blow them out. All right, and you may be seated, members. Each year, members nominate a faculty member that consistently demonstrates the pillars of National Honor Society. Noah Adkins will speak about this year's honorary faculty member.
Mr. Ferguson is not only just worthy, but deserving of being the 2025 National Honor Society faculty inductee. There are 4 pillars that make up the core beliefs of the NHS: character, service, leadership, and scholarship. Whether it's the countless hours he spends working on DVC events to showcase the many talents at our school, the amount of inspiration he gives in the classroom to students grades 7 through 12, or any of the other things Mr. Ferguson does for our school, Mr. Ferguson is the perfect inductee to represent what the NHS stands for. He dedicates so much of his time into a class or profession that many would call not important. But that actually is what makes him so deserving and different from the rest. He doesn't care what others may think, he does it for the students, some of which want to use his guidance to advance their careers. One of those students is me, and without Mr. Ferguson's help and guidance, I would have never wanted to go into this field of study. Even though it would be easy for a guy with 3 young daughters at home to say, I only work during school hours, he doesn't. He works so many extra hours to give the students at our school a platform to showcase their talents and skills. This, along with his down-to-earth, hardworking attitude and teaching style, is why we selected him to be our faculty inductee for 2025.
One of my big goals is to have one of my students on TV for ESPN or Fox, and I think Noah's probably going to do it if he sticks with it, so thank you, Noah. I'm beyond honored and grateful to have been selected by these wonderful students. When they walked into my room and handed me a poster, it was 100% enough for me. It was a big win. But then Mrs. Keller told me I get to go to the zoo. I love the zoo. I was living the high life in the NHS, and then on the way back from the zoo, Mrs. Keller tells me, oh yeah, by the way, the honorary member, he makes a speech on the night of the ceremony, which I was fine with, but my first question was, what is the speech going to be about? And she said, oh, you know, something NHS related. I go, oh boy. Trying to act like I knew what that, like she was talking about, but little background info about me is I didn't really ever sniff this society in high school, but they always say never, so it took me 36 years, but here I am. So since I know very little about the NHS until tonight that you guys talked about, which was great, I'm going to go a little rogue, which shouldn't surprise Mrs. Keller, since I've known her for quite some time. As I wrote this speech, I thought about what message I would hear when I was 16, 17, or 18 years old. The message I will tell you today is something I still work on till today at 36 years old, and I almost bet most of your parents and some of the guests in the crowd still work on as well. So if you have been in and out of focus during my speech this far, now it would be time to lock in, as the kids say. My message is simple but difficult. It's don't be so quick to be a chaser after you accomplish something, no matter how big or small. Learn to be an appreciator. You might be asking yourself, is that even a word? Or some of you guys might be thinking, yeah, that's definitely not a word. This guy was not lying that he said he was not in the NHS. But stick with me. What I mean by this is to slow down after you accomplish something big or even small and be truly proud of yourself and take a moment or a few and let it soak in. Because being an NHS member, that's a big deal. Just think of all the hard work you have done to accomplish this feat from the very first moment you stepped through that door. It took a ton of small wins to get to this big win. And I'm willing to bet you didn't give yourself a moment to be an appreciator on some of those wins. Don't just think of it as another check off the list or being relieved instead of celebrating your hard work and giving yourself credit. Because that's what I've learned about that at my age. It's these tasks, our list, they're endless. And if you don't be an appreciator, you will barely remember most of your accomplishments and what you worked for so hard because you moved so fast onto the next task. It's just the world moves at such a fast pace. And there are times you just need to slow down and be an appreciator of the moment. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy right now. Celebrate it. Embrace it. Cherish it. Because before you know it, you'll be on to the next thing, and then the next, and then the next after that. Just remember, that list never ends. So you may as well enjoy those wins when you check them off. Thank you, and congrats again, NHS members.
As we close our ceremony, I would like to thank you all for being here tonight and for allowing me the privilege to work with your son or daughter. It is truly one of the best jobs, and I'm so very grateful. I'm not good at going rogue. I often cry when I say goodbye to students, but I was telling Mrs. Atkins on my way home today before coming here, like, it's bittersweet. I love these kids so much, and the seniors, like, I will miss you, and I want to thank you for what you contribute to Brookside High School. And then at the same time, I'm so excited to work with a new group of students. So thank you, parents. Your students are wonderful humans, and I really appreciate you letting me work with them. I'd also like to thank the Board of Education, Mr. Cook and Mrs. Atkins, for continuously supporting us in our efforts here. And I'd also like to give a shout out to the custodial staff and the DVC for making assistance tonight in setting up and broadcasting this live event. Right now, we are finished with our ceremony, and we'd like to invite you to have some lemonade and cookies. And we have about a half an hour till the art show's open, so if you wanted to take that down there after you socialize, it's down in the library. Thank you again tonight, and congratulations, everyone.